Yeah, it started off a bit slow because we had so many guys that were involved with their winter finals. Teams like Greensboro, Watsonia, Latrobe, Research, all these guys were playing right up until almost the start of the summer season. So we had to account for that, but almost to a man, as soon as that was all done, they've just been they've really kicked in the gear and been putting in 100% at training. We're getting numbers of pushing 30 plus to our Tuesday and Thursday night sessions. So we're getting a lot out of it, and I think that's starting to show through all grades. Every team was competitive on the weekend. Out of the 5 teams, we ended up with 2 wins and a draw against a Division 1 team, a regular Division 1 team. Our first just got beat, and our seconds went down 5-0, but showed some pretty good things with some very young players in there.
And what about the young players this year? We've got a fair few coming out of juniors, started off in seniors.
Yeah, the guys like Errol Winnan, he's probably the key one to watch, I think. Young guy that played in the under-18 state team last year and had the lowest ERA at the national tournament. He was really good, and I think we expect some big things from him to come in the next year or so. And then we also got Stacey Rogers, who came across from Preston. Real good young kid. He's a second base, shortstop, pitches a little bit. Chance to be a really good player for us, I think, down the line.
And defensively, what's changed? I mean, are we going to have to step up to Division 1?
Yeah, we are. We've changed a lot with our first lineup, especially. The makeup of the squad's much different, and we've got to, we've moved guys around. Instead of having Alex at shortstop, he's gone to third. We've got Tristan in the outfield now, Danny King in at second, Brock Paul in the outfield, Joel playing first base, new catcher with Benny and myself doing it. So it's a much different lineup, but I think it's a stronger defensive lineup than what it was last year. Just to be more solid, I think, to get guys making the routine plays. I don't need things to be spectacular out there. I don't need them to be running down fly balls against the fence, but what I do need is that every ball that's reasonably expected to be caught gets caught. At this level, we can't go giving extra outs. As soon as we do that, it's almost a guaranteed run, and then that translates to the walks. We had a lot of walks on the weekend, and that's what cost us the game. We hit fantastic, we fielded excellent, but we just gave up too many walks, and especially lead-off walks. And any time you let that lead-off runner on, stats show that 80% of the time they're going to score, and that's exactly what happened on the weekend.
And were those walks deep into the count?
Yeah, with a lot of sort of messing around, I think. I need to address that with the guys, sort of pitching backwards, getting behind really early on, but falling behind counts 2-0, 3-1, and then trying to come back. And sort of some of the guys like Brock hasn't pitched at this level yet, and he's probably used to really dominating at Division 2, getting 2 strikes on guys and then just be able to spin something up there and strike them out. That's not going to happen here at this level. They're going to have to really work to get the outs and encourage contact, make the guys hit the ball, and use this what is, I think, a stronger defensive team behind them this year.
So that's and what about the batting? I mean, has it changed much since last year?
Look, I just think the guys are a bit smarter in the way they approach. Our hitting's really good, and we showed that on the weekend. We had 11 or 12 hits against a good pitching club, with Lindsay Webb, who's been a professional before. Stuart Barnes came on and who throws strikes. He's a real sort of workman guy. And then Cameron Forbes, who's one of the best closers in the business. And we only had a couple of strikeouts for the game. Guys hit the ball really hard. That's as close to as good as pitching you're going to see for the year. And the signs are really good. So I'm quite confident with our hitting and our defence. And now we just need to work on our pitching. And with Matthew Kemp now available for that, I think the signs are looking really good for us this year. We should be competitive in just about every game we play.
So with Jamie Lepore coming back to the club, back in Division 1, how's the pitching?
Yeah, well, Jamie's a major pickup. He finished third in the league best and fairest last year. He was Doncaster's best pitcher. He's finally come back home to us, and he's had a sort of a gradual build-up over the winter. He's a bit rusty on the weekend, but you can see sort of flashes of a real good pitcher in there, but just not on a consistent level on the weekend, which is something I think he'll iron out pretty soon. He gets to work with his brother behind the plate. They relate pretty well, and they should be able to be a pretty good battery for us for the season.
And Matt Kemp, how's he looking?
Yeah, look, we haven't seen Matt throw yet, but he had an outstanding year this year over in Germany. He coached his club, and he apparently broke the league strikeout record, the all-time strikeout leader for a season. So he's a guy that's going to go out there, week in, week out, give us 7, 8, 9 innings if we need him to. He's never going to, he's probably never going to shut teams down. for 9 innings. But what he is going to do is keep you in all games. He's going to give you, an ERA of 3 and give you a chance to win games, and that's all I can ask from him with the pitches.
And is the variation more important in Division 1 than Division 2? Like putting a different, placing your pitches and throwing a decent curveball and not hanging your curveball?
Yeah, all mistakes get magnified and everything gets magnified at this level. There is a massive jump between Division 1 and Division 2. And when the guys make mistakes like make an error or give up a walk, there's almost a guarantee that run's going to score. So you leave a pitch up over the plate, it's going to be hit. Whereas last year in Division 2, it was 50-50, it's going to be hit or not. Here, I guarantee you it's going to get hit and get hit hard. So they really need to make sure they're doing the right things in the right situations and executing every chance they get.
And what about in the lower grades? Like you've got the 2s, 3s and 4s now in Division 1. How different is it going to be for them?
Yeah, for all through the club, it's going to be a better competition, and I think that's great especially for the 2nd, 3rds and 4ths who have traditionally dominated at Division 2, and now they get to really test themselves against some pretty good teams. Teams that were probably a level above than what they were playing at last year. So that's really going to test them. It's going to give them opportunity to match themselves against some better players. And personally, and what I want for the club is for people to, want to be rather than be the best team in Division 2, we want to be, one of the best teams in Division 1. We're not going to be the best straight off the bat, but we want to compete against the best and rather be the 6th or 7th place team in Division 1 than number 1 team in Division 2.
And anything else?
No, just a great season. Numbers have been fantastic. We're going to have a host of social functions this year. We'll probably have a home run derby down here. It's going to be sponsored by Valhalla Sports. We've got our Christmas function, a lot of Saturday games. That'll give everyone a chance to get along and watch the 1st and 2nds, and vice versa. The 2nds can come down on a Sunday and see the 3rds, 4ths and 5ths run around and hopefully get involved with the juniors a bit more. It's a really exciting time for the club to be back in Division 1 for the first time in close to a decade, and we're planning on staying here for quite a long time to come.